section, I'm going to show you how to use the page objects design pattern. If you see our basic test.spec.js file, we've repeated a lot of things. So we've repeated site.visit, we've repeated our login, and then if you see let me open up the real world app. So if you see our app, we first kind of log in, and then we went to bank account. So this is a navigation section, so it'll be nice to have a common abstraction for navigation to kind of click through the different things. And after we click through bank accounts, we went through this process of creating a bank account and saving that. So let's see how we can make all of this a little more abstracted and a little bit better. So now we're gonna work with page objects because it just makes our code more manageable. As we keep adding more tests, it's just gonna keep going on and on and on. So let's start with creating a new file here. I'm gonna say basic test page object model .js. Okay, so after they go here, I'm again gonna give describe. This is our structure. So if you noticed over here, we kept on using site.visit all the time. So I'm gonna abstract that. Let's have it as a, I'm gonna put a before each hook. Before each. Open application. And then you put the same site.visit over there. And then if you see, we've used the login functionality also. So for that, I want to use a reusable one. So we can just call that whenever we want to log in. For now, let me just add this also within our before each, because we want to log in every time we want to do something in that. So let's revisit our folder structure. If you remember, so fixtures are for any test data that we want to use for our scenarios. Integration is where our tests reside. Plugins are for the third-party extensions that we may want to add. And the support folder is where everything else goes, all other code goes, and everything else that we want to reuse. So I'm going to open a folder in the support folder, subfolder in the support subfolder, saying page page objects. And within that, I'm going to create a page objects file. Now within this page objects folder, I'm going to create a new file called navigation page. .js. This is so in this test, we navigated to bank accounts, and then we have a number of things in the menu that we can kind of navigate to, which we can keep adding on. Like for example, in our menu, we have home, my account, bank accounts, notification, logout. So we navigated to bank account to do our task. So we could be going to my account notification. So that is possibly something that we can add to our page objects. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna create export class navigation page. Then let's create an object of that. Export Okay, now within that, I'm gonna go ahead and say bank accounts. So I'm gonna say bank accounts page. And I'm gonna copy paste this over there. Similarly, as we keep adding more navigation, we can keep extending it in this particular page. Now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to write a test. So this is going to be similar to the test that we had over here. So it's going to be it. Verify navigation. And then I'm gonna call this over here. This was on navigation page, so that is on navigation page dot bank accounts page. Okay. So after we go there, for now, I'm just gonna copy paste this. So we clicked on create and then we did all of this. So I'm just gonna copy paste this to see how this test runs. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna run this one. Okay, all good so far. So far so good. Whatever changes we've made hasn't broken anything. Okay, so now to continue with what we were doing, let's try to see how we can create navigation for each one of these and then call it in the basic test pom.json file, which is our test file, and see how that works. Now we already have something for the bank accounts page. Let's see for notifications page. So here we have something very similar. We could just use so I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna say I'm gonna make this notifications page. And looks like the class name is the same, but we can change this into notifications. Okay, and similarly I'm going to try this for my account page. So again, looks like all that is the same. I'm just going to change here that says my account, and then this is going to be my account over here. And then another navigation we're going to have is for home. So again, it's the same. I'm just going to copy paste it. So this will be home page, and I'm going to change this to home. Okay, so now when we go here to this test, so now I want to test that we are able to navigate through everything. So our test name is verify navigation, and I'm going to go ahead and say, I don't want to click anything over here, but I'm just going to say on navigation page dot, so we did bank account page, home page, and then I want to say on navigation page dot my account page, on navigation page dot notifications page. So I guess these 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 are the ones that we tried. And let's also have for logout, which is also very similar. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create this for logout. Logout. So I'm going to go over here and say on navigation page dot logout page. So now let's see how this works. I'm going to stop what's working, and I'm going to run this again. So it looks like this worked. Okay. So here we see that this way we did not have to write this in so many different places and make the test so big, and at the same time if something changes we can just go here and make the changes, everything else remains the same, so we're able to maintain it efficiently.